Okay, welcome to you all. We're here today to talk about editing your routines. Now, last month we talked about editing your spaces, and so now we're kind of taking this one step further to editing your routines. And I'm going to see about bringing my video on here so I can see you guys and you can all see me. Oh, hold on a minute. So awesome here. Okay, now I'm going to make sure, let me set this up so that you guys aren't focused on me and you can see the screen that I'm going to share with you. And let's see if I can move this out of the way here. There we go. I'm going to pin the video that way. Well, not that video. Hold on a moment. Thank you guys for bearing with me here. Okay, I'm going to see about pinning the screencast here. That's what we want. Okay, so if you're new to watching this recording here in Telegram, or if you're new to watching us here on YouTube, my name is Amy Miller, and I help moms of children with special needs return to joy, really by simplifying their everyday lives so that they can get back to really spending time making memories with their family instead of worrying over all the things. If that resonates with you, stick around with me, and we're going to dive in. We're going to be primarily focused on some of dōTERRA's products today. But those of you who work with me, you know that I'm all things holistic health, and I just help you bring in some natural tools and resources that number one are not only safe but effective and are really powerful. So this is what we're going to focus on today in editing some of your routines. But really, when I work one-on-one with clients, we talk about simplifying and editing your routines, really with bringing in whatever shifts work best for you and your family. We really customize. So whether that's bringing in the AO scan mobile device, whether that's bringing in some detoxification tools, we really work with your family's budget and your family's needs to be able to do that. So today we're going to focus on the tools that dōTERRA provides. And let me make sure you can still see me okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So when it comes to your toxic load, it can really feel overwhelming sometimes to try and achieve this toxic-free life, right? The truth is you're never really going to be fully rid of toxins. They're just a part of life. And in fact, if you happen to carry the MTHFR gene mutation, which many of the population does, and it's a result of typically some vaccinations, you're going to have even a harder time to be filtering through those toxins that you're going to be overloaded with. So that's not fear mongering. That's telling you what's going on so that you can know how to be aware and then how to make shifts, because you do have some control over your exposure, especially when it comes to what you bring into your home, which is what we talked about last month in editing your spaces. And now that you know how many toxins you're around and where they come from and how to fight them, then you're already better equipped to take better care of yourself and for your family. And you don't have to feel powerless or hopeless when it comes to your health. and you don't have to live in fear of toxins. So with the power of nature, you can take control of your life, your health, and enjoy really a lighter toxic load and a happy body. So let's talk more about maybe a low toxin life. Yeah. So did you know that an American woman typically uses an average of 12 personal care products that contain over 168 different chemicals? And that more than 40 countries have banned 1,400 chemicals in cosmetic products. That only in the US, only 9. So only 9 chemicals have been banned in the US when 40 other countries have banned 1,400 chemicals. And there are consequences to some of that. What are some of those consequences? Well, hundreds of makeup and skincare products containing those toxic ingredients linked to really serious health issues are still available on the US market. And you may have some of them in your bathroom cabinets. I did for many years. And so while most cosmetic chemicals likely pose little or no risk to human health, exposure to some chemicals used in cosmetics and other personal care products have been linked to really serious health issues, including reproductive issues, cancer, and this is kind of the Environmental Working Group stance on things and why they help you become an expert label reader and really understanding what's in products. So let's look at that a little bit more. How can we really reduce those toxins? So managing a toxic load is really one of the most important parts of maintaining overall health. But really, to be honest, many of those times it's rarely addressed. And so during our daily routine, simple and necessary tasks like eating and breathing and coming in contact with environmental pathogens, our skin is exposing to numerous toxins and microbial pathogens. And so when we can minimize exposure to toxic substances and eating primarily a whole food diet that are foundations for supporting proper function for your body's internal filters and your cleansing system, things like your liver, your kidney, your colon, sometimes you need a little bit of boost because it's a burden on those organs. So here's some things we can do about it. Now, you can't always control the toxins that you're exposed to, right? Like pollution in your city. Although you can as you move farther out of the city and into the country. There's still a lot that you can do to protect yourself and your family from exposure to toxins. With a lighter toxic load, the body is better able to function properly, leaving you and the people that you love feeling happier, feeling healthier. So there's 3 easy steps that I feel like you can do to help lighten your toxic load. Number 1, identify toxins. Begin to understand that a lot of the products that you have, if you begin to read the label and it contains a lot of products in there that you cannot pronounce, then that might be a chemical toxin that you don't want in your body. Number 2, ditch those toxic products. I like to say kick them to the curb and switch to something that's more natural. And that can be either through DIY options or through products that you trust. And then 3rd thing is support your body's natural detoxification processes. We talk about that way more in depth with my one-on-one clients and in our 30-day reset that we do in April and October. But you really want us to help support those organs to more fully detoxify. So we're going to talk about a little bit more of these steps. And So identifying the toxins. Okay, a toxin is really just any substance that places an undue stress on your body. So when you want to reduce the amount of toxins in your life, where do you start? Well, the first step is to identify where those toxins might be lurking in your home or in your everyday routine, especially when it comes to products that you use in or on your body. Because when I began to learn that my skin was soaking up anything I was putting on it, and that it didn't have a defense mechanism for that, I began to start thinking a little bit more about what I actually was putting on my skin. So open up your bathroom cabinets. I want you to do this later today. Examine the products that you're using regularly. And you may do this multiple times, maybe through different seasons of life. Maybe you've done this in the past, and this time you need to go back through and go through again. I've done that many times where I've filtered through, and then I feel like I need to go back through and filter again. So items like makeup, lotions, shampoos, conditioners, soaps, other skin and hair care products are notorious for having mysterious, and not to mention, like I mentioned before, unpronounceable ingredients. So even products that you use to help you sleep or clean your teeth or calm an upset stomach or deal with issues like discomfort, those can contain toxins that you may want to think twice about putting in or on your body. And as you look at and consider your everyday items, make sure you read the labels and check the ingredients, because chances are you're going to find dozens of toxins that have been lurking in products that you use consistently. And once you've determined where some of those toxin exposures are coming from, then it's easier to kind of make a plan for how you will lighten that load. Now, after identifying some places where the toxins are lurking, it's time to make a change. And the problem is, well, you still need to wash your face. You still want to brush your teeth. You still want to soothe your upset stomach and put on makeup. So what's the solution? It's switching to natural alternatives to the products that you use daily while supporting your body's natural detoxification abilities. Okay, so this is the good news here. As your toxic load increases, your body becomes less efficient at managing the toxins it encounters. So just when you need your body to be functioning at its best, it's hindered, it's slowed down, which can lead to those negative health effects. But when your toxic load is light, when your burden is light, your body is more efficient at tackling the toxins. It's functioning more properly. Your body is at a toxic load minimizing machine. So do you see the snowball effect really either way? Yeah. And again, like we talked about earlier, some toxin exposure is inevitable. The goal is to keep your toxic load as light as possible, minimizing that exposure to those unnecessary toxins so that your body can handle the burden. The toxins that we're exposed to today are not the same amount of toxins that your grandmother or your great-grandmother or your great-great-grandmother were exposed to. And so their bodies were not being as burdened as we are now. And so we have to spend more time thinking about helping the body detoxify. So an empowering fact is that you control what you bring into your home. Now, you can't avoid every toxin out there, but you can choose what comes into your space. Now, when you ditch the old toxin-ridden products, again, you don't have to get rid of them all at once, although you can, and you switch them for natural alternatives, you're going to find lightening the toxic burden on your body and supporting it functions optimally. This is actually easier than you might think. So when one of your kids comes running inside and has irritated skin that needs attention, what do you use to help? When you've been in front of your computer for hours and there's discomfort in your head and your neck is getting worse, what do you reach for? Or when you've spent too much time having fun in the sun, what do you use to soothe your skin? What about when you're having a hard time winding down for sleep? After a particularly long day on your feet or after a strenuous workout when your joints and muscles are shouting at you, what do you turn to for relief? Now, When your skin absorbs up to 60% of what you put on it, you have to begin to start thinking twice about what you're exposing it to. And so this can be actually a good thing or a negative thing. But allergies, hormonal disruptions, irritation, cancer, and reproductive issues are just some of the problems that can develop if your skin is exposed to dangerous chemicals for prolonged periods. So think about those products and those toxic chemicals that we've identified. And if you're exposing the skin day after day after day after day, that's when you can begin to see issues. So your skin care, your oral care, even your hair care, all are routines that can expose your skin and therefore your body to toxins on a daily basis. Now, dōTERRA, who I love partnering with because of the quality of their products and because you can DIY and know exactly what's in your products that you make, it offers just about everything you could possibly need for clean self-care routine. So I'm going to share just some of the few of my favorites with you today, okay? Now, before we dive into that, I want to show you what I began doing when I started finding out. When I started seeing that what I could put on my skin would either harm it or hurt it long-term for my health, then I started using, well, first I started using, if you see that picture in the far left, the deodorant, that's a homemade deodorant that I began to make. So I started DIYing it. I was DIYing deodorant. It actually worked, by the way. It passed the Houston, Texas heat summer camp test for my husband. So I started DIYing deodorant. There's a process for switching to that, by the way. So reach out to me for some help through that process. But I started DIYing hand soap and my foaming hand soap and all kinds of different things, all my cleaners. I started DIYing all of those things. And then as I began to research some more of those ingredients, when I found brands and companies that I trusted and I could understand those ingredients and I knew what the efforts they were putting in to truly not greenwash me, you can look up that term, but truly cared about what my family was using, then I began to use, sunscreen with cleaner products. And I began to take care of my skincare with just pure essential oils. We began to do different back and feet massage techniques with my family, putting oils on that way to actually help with our immune system and headaches and all kinds of things. The list really became like the sky was the limit. So this is what my family personally started doing. But let's look at some of the favorites that I have now. So rather than employing the more common liquid delivery, dōTERRA has a shampoo and conditioner bar that's in a concentrated solid format. Now, having it in bar form does save water, it reduces some shipping impact, and it doesn't require plastic bottle packaging. I like these, especially when we are traveling. Now, you guys know I travel full-time with my family in our fifth wheel, but when we travel separately, when we're going on a separate road trip away from our RV, or if we're traveling via airplane, these are what I love to take. They save actually almost 14 ounces of water with the fact that they're in bar form, and they're highly concentrated to hold their shape and be travel friendly. So they're free of sulfates, parabens, phthalates, silicones, and the synthetic fragrances and dyes. So this is one of my favorites. I'll show you another favorite, and you saw this in the other picture of me, but when you've got big adventures planned, the last thing you need to be worrying about is what's in your sunscreen. Now, you guys know we've talked a lot about eating your sunscreen. You guys have seen that in a video I did a couple of years back. But in times when you're going to be in really prolonged periods of sun, this is what you can use to live worry-free about what's in your sunscreen. It's safe. It's natural sun care that you can rely on with confidence. It has non-nano zinc oxide, so that means it's a mineral sunscreen filter. It's cruelty-free. It has reef-safe formulas. It has aloe vera, vitamin E, and it also is a broad spectrum SPF 30 plus. Now, there's no oxybenzone in this. There's no chemical sunscreen filters. There's no parabens or phthalates, and there's no synthetic ingredients in this. So it comes with, there's a stick form, a spray form. I think there's one specifically for the face, and then there's an after sun. And bonus for those of you who are watching this today, as of May, what is this? May 26th, I think it is. Yes, May 26th. As of Friday, May 26th, 2023, there is a buy one, get one free offer happening right now while supplies last. It started 2 days ago, but it's all the way through tomorrow. You can get, if you purchase either one of the sunscreen stick or the sunscreen spray, you get the after sun spray for free. So if you do not already have a doTERRA account, I'll share with you about how you can get that at the end. And if you do, you can log right into your doTERRA account right now and you can get that buy one, get one free item. So don't wait because it is only good through tomorrow. Okay. So does anyone here like to DIY like I do? I don't do as much anymore, but I still do some DIYs. Okay, I just want to share how easy it is to really customize your self-care routine and really get a luxury experience. Now you can cleanse and nourish your skin with this super simple, easy clay mask. And it's great for all skin types. It can be customized with your favorite essential oils. And this recipe makes enough for one facial mask. And you want to apply this to your skin about once a week for best results. Okay, so you're going to use 2 teaspoons of bentonite clay. I love Redmond clay. You can buy that directly from their website, or they also sell lots of local health food stores. You're going to use 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And again, by the way, if you don't have bentonite clay in your home or apple cider vinegar, those are things that you're going to want to bring in as replacements as you're ditching other products. Because if you'd like to DIY, these are the kinds of things that you are going to use over and over and over in lots of different things. And then you're going to add in 1 drop frankincense, 1 drop lavender, and 1 drop tea tree oil. Now, you're not going to want to use a metal bowl or a spoon with bentonite clay because it can make it less effective. So you're going to want to mix all of this in a glass bowl or a glass dish, maybe a Pyrex. That way you can put a lid on it if you want to make, if you want to double or triple this recipe to last a few times. But you're going to just put those ingredients in, stir until it's combined. If you want a thicker mask, you can add an additional ½ teaspoon of the clay. Then you're going to just apply this to clean skin, obviously avoiding your eyes and your mouth. You're going to let that dry for 5 to 15 minutes, and then rinse with more warm water, and then follow up with whatever moisturizer you use, or you can even use your Yarrow Palm essential oil. I love using that to help build collagen on the skin. So, yes. Okay, so before we finish up, I just want to remind you, when it comes to your toxic load, it can feel overwhelming to try and achieve a toxic-free life like we talked about earlier. And you're never going to be truly rid of toxins. But again, you have control. You have some control of your exposure. So really, with the power of nature, you really can take control of your life. So you don't have to live in fear of those. Now, I'm going to scroll through here real quick, and I want to show you. This is my personal gift to you. We have a couple of ebooks if you'd like to learn even more about these particular products and why they're so important and why I like them. You can scan that QR code there right there on the screen. I know some people are leery of QR codes. This is not one of those weird QR codes that's going to track you or do other things. It's going to take you to the ebook that you can download for topical use. And then one other thing I want to connect you to, I don't know if you know this, but doTERRA has a really popular podcast that hosts health and wellness experts every week that do a deep dive into different topics. And this one is an episode with Amy Carver, and she is a licensed esthetician and a makeup artist. and she specializes in organic skincare. So if you like podcasts and you want to learn more about natural beauty, check out this episode. Again, I've got a QR code right there for you so you can capture that on the screen. And then we're getting a little QR code happy, but I have one more QR code to show you before we finish up. And I'll share with you in just a minute. But I wanted to back up and make sure if you do not already have a doTERRA membership, there's a couple of different ways. And I know we talked about several different products today, but we talked about some of the doTERRA shampoo and conditioner strengthening bars. We talked about the doTERRA sun care line. There are actually a couple of other options for hair care and skin care. Those are just some of the ones that we highlighted, but you can purchase any of these products separately, or you can combine them however you want. Really, the choice is yours. So, but when you order them with a doTERRA membership with any of these, you'll also get a 25% off of any future orders. Now, this isn't one of the things that locks you into orders every month or anything. You order what you want when you want it, and you get access to me. I have over 10 years of research and study in the essential oils. I'm a certified essential oil specialist now, and I can help you understand exactly how to use. I can make specific recommendations based on your specific needs. So reach out to me on Telegram here or via YouTube, and you can reach out to me and I can help you find out your specific needs and help you get started. Now, if you get set up with me also, you do not have a membership fee. So that will actually be waived, and you can actually experience this 25% discount for free for a full year and be able to experiment with different oils and products and find out what works best for your family. Okay, so here's the other QR code I wanted to show you. We have one other class that we're going to be doing next month on Thursday, June 22nd. If you want to register for that class and get a copy of the recording when that's over, just scan that QR code. It's going to take you to the form. We're going to give us your name and information, and that way we can, if you're not able to attend the class live, we'll send you a reminder when the class is live. If you're not able to attend live, then we'll send you a recording following that so that you have all that information. So I hope you've all found that helpful. I'm going to end this here so that we can all see each other here again. And I thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate this. If you missed the earlier live, you'll see that we just came back from the Exit and Build Land Summit, where I got this fun Farm Over Pharma cap and some of the other swag from Freedom to Farm Texas. If you want to look them up, it's Freedom to Farm Texas. They have some great swag that you might be into. And thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.